at the newspapers today. All right, the Daily Nation has a totally different story away from what we've been seeing this past week, even the weekend. They've decided to go with a crime story on the front page, and this has to do with the killing of a priest. Yeah? They call them a priest?
Preacher.
A preacher from the Presbyterian Church, Reverend Julius Ndumia. So they say CCTV, phone data to nail priest's killers. On the night of May 3rd, a gang broke into a church compound and murdered Reverend Julius Ndumia of the Presbyterian Church of East Africa, Taboga Parish in Nakuru. This is very close to where my home is. 5 days later, signal from his stolen mobile phone led detectives to 2 suspects. During the cleric's burial yesterday, speakers demanded that police make public CCTV footage that reportedly captures the gang, and which detectives told a court is still being reviewed. I wonder, mbona CCTV way doesn't really help detectives much? They say they're still reviewing na CCTV iko hapo. There's someone who showed me a clear picture of CCTV which marks, even captures someone's facial features properly. They say that detectives couldn't use it.
Why?
They could not use it in court. I don't know why. So sometimes you wonder, okay, CCTV tu ni ya kukuja kureview baadaye ujiangalilie watu wenye walikuwa napita hapo. It's very disturbing. So they say forensic detectives are also probing suspicious financial transactions in the days following the crime. Lakini hao waliiba simu pia.
Simu ya preacher. Wow.
Walimuua na wakabeba simu. Ni watu tu aina yao. Of course, the summit also features prominently on the front page of this paper. Macron's plea as France seeks new ties in Africa. A lot of criticism. I don't know if you've come across this.
Yes,
Wanasema France wamefukuzwa West Africa, ndio maana wamekuja East Africa. Many people are saying, okay, what business do we have talking to France anyway? Watatusaidia na nini?
A lot of questions.
I don't know if you share in that kind of skepticism.
Well, you know, I've also, I don't know if I do share the same, sense of skepticism. I'm not sure, because maybe there's some goodies that will come out of this. But then I do understand the questions coming in. Sababu, they're saying that France are going into elections next year, just like us here in Kenya. So maybe if President Macron is going to be replaced, or maybe if President William Ruto is going to be replaced, then how long will these deals, they're like 11 MOUs that have been signed, then how long will they be sustainable in the long run, even if they would be in office after next year? There's also questions like there are other Francophone countries in Africa, then why Kenya? We have countries like Cameroon, DRC, Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, then why Kenya,
why
an
not?
Anglophone country?
Because clearly, if you look at the hospitality industry, it's a boom.
Yes.
It's booming business. 30 heads of state, and that's not all. There are a number of senior officials, and you can imagine every president or every head of state, akija, the entourage.
Yes.
It's at least 20, 25, 30 people. So thousands of people are in Nairobi. And of course, hotels are recording booming business, plus other sectors of entertainment and, Yeah. So you have to keep the visitors happy.
Absolutely. I think we might get some goodies out of this. So
we'll be seeking views of our panelists on State of the Nation, especially on this matter. Even as we continue discussing finance bill, and it's there on the front page, somebody pegs tax cuts for low-income earners to Iran war. Unakumbuka ile promise ya watu wenye wako na 50,000 and below. Initially alisema 50,000, lakini akasema taanza na 30,000.
Yes.
Au kwanza tax inaenda. Hakuna pay. Wapi? Amesema sasa watu walipigana Iran, hiyo tutangoja kwanza.
Oi, aki jamani. I feel like this is the least that they could have done now that election is just 14 months.
Vile mambo iko sahi, that's not tenable. And one wonders, then why did you make that promise? Was it necessary to make that promise? Ndio ndo swali watu ulizwa, why promise such a thing? Because it's huge. For people who earn 30,000 shillings, ukiwaambia sasa hakutakuwa na tax, unapata yote clean. That's huge. And then unakuja kuambia, hiyo ilikuwa tu ni story. Other quick highlights up: a church wars, pastors in bitter fight for tithe, branches and land. And it's not just one church. Zungumzia kanisa tofauti. Vile wanapigania land, tithe and branches. Nowadays, because if you open a church mahali moja, kunakuwa na branches mahali kwingine. Na pale juu, we have Gachagua and Kindiki clashing on Ruto's call to doctor. This is a case continuing at the Supreme Court. A fresh courtroom showdown has erupted between Deputy President Kithure Kindiki and his predecessor, Rigathi Gachagua, over claims that President Ruto called a cardiologist to inquire about Gachagua's health condition during the 2024 impeachment proceedings. So these are the stories on the front page of the Daily Nation. And the picture they've used today is that of President William Ruto and his guest, Emmanuel Macron. Na tumeona picha mingi sana za wawili sasa.
Yes.
Nimeona mpaka Macron alikuwa kwa umbachi. Kwa balcony.
Akipika ugali.
Akipika ugali. Alikula?
Well, hatukuonyesha hiyo part.
Hiyo ndio part hatukuonyesha alikula.
Yes.
But I don't know, does he speak fluent English? Probably he does.
He does.
He does.
Macron, he does.
Okay. So nilikuwa shangaa wana communicate aje hivyo. Kule ndani ile kesi ya Gachagua inaendelea. France loses grip in West Africa, quotes Anglophone. So they're quoting Anglophone countries now. That's why probably tuko hapo. Lakini grip ya huko West Africa iliisha. Right, on the back page, Ruto, African youth can dominate sports globally. It's there on the back page once again, a picture of the two presidents, Emmanuel Macron and William Ruto at Taifa Hall in the University of Nairobi. Mambo ni mengi. Okot shines on her debut for Atlanta Dreaming WNBA. That's Kenyan-born basketball star. Anaitwa Madina Okot. That's the Daily Nation today.
All right, let's take a look at Taifa Leo now. Na tunaanzia hapo katika kongamano la Afrika na Ufaransa iko hapo mbele. You know, this is Africa Forward Summit, but you're making it look, okay, it's also Africa France Summit.
Actually, it's what you know, there's a Russia-Africa Summit.
Yes.
There's a, I think, US-Africa Summit.
Yes.
India-Africa Summit. Now there was France-Africa Summit.
Yes.
Sasa amekuja Africa akaona tusiite France Africa. Inaitwa Africa Forward. Lakini F iko pale.
Alright, hii picha iko hapa mbele ya Rais William Ruto na mwenzake wa Ufaransa Emmanuel Macron wakiwasili katika chuo kikuu cha Nairobi jana kwa kikao cha mchana cha kongamano la Africa Forward Summit mwaka huu. Hafla hiyo ililenga kuimarisha ushirikiano wa kiuchumi, ubunifu na maendeleo endelevu. Habari kamili katika ukurasa wa ndani wa gazeti hili.
Umerealize ni kama ni marafiki sana.
Sana. Yeah.
It's rare we see that kind of, do we call it bromance?
Yes.
Ama camaraderie.
Bromance.
You know that? Camaraderie.
Lakini tusiende huko sana.
Tuseme camaraderie, wachana bromance for now.
Yes.
So picha zote zenye William Ruto amepiga na Emmanuel Macron, wanakaa marafiki sana.
Yes.
Just handshakes.
You say that they're hugging.
Hugs. Kwanza uliona ile hug alipewa State House when he arrived. Initially, President Ruto had wanted to extend his hand. Then he realized, no, hapana. Akainua mikono hivi.
Yeah.
It's interesting anyway.
Yeah, so Taifa Leo also captures that story on the front page. Kuna swali uliuliza hapo, mbona wametoroka West Africa? I think that is also something that should we be focusing on that, really?
Well, the Daily Nation talks about France losing grip there.
Yeah.
But it's because of this wave. You remember a year or two ago when there were a lot of coups in West Africa.
Yeah.
So many of those regimes that were friendly to France were toppled. So they need to make fresh friends, new friends in West Africa. Imekuwa ngumu sasa kwa wanakuja huku. It's easier to make friends in East Africa.
Okay. Bajeti imezungumziwa pia hapa mbele. Nasema kwamba idara za NIS na ulinzi zapata donge. Idara hizo mbili za usalama zatengewa jumla ya shilingi bilioni 3 na 310 billion shillings kwa mwaka huu. Oh, wow.
It's like half the budget here.
Half the budget of education. 310 billion shillings. There's a main story here, lakini we'll be back to take a look at it. Kule juu, mshahara wa wengi ni chini ya thuluthi moja. Ati mshahara wa wengi ni chini ya thuluthi moja. Sasa ushuru na makato mengi yanyoa mshahara hadi kuvuka kiwango kilichowekwa kisheria.
You know, there's a requirement in the labor laws in Kenya that you cannot commit through taxation and all other deductions, more than 2/3 of a person's salary. But then again, with the introduction of affordable housing, the housing levy, SHA, and increased NSSF reductions, now people are taking home 1/8 and not a third, which is against the labor laws. Yeah.
Sasa now that we have this information now, what is the government doing about it?
Hiyo serikali ndo wamenyoa, sasa tunawaambia ni.
Sasa wakishatuambia hivi sasa tunafanya aje?
Ni kujulishwa tu. Watu wanapeleka your take home inaenda ikirudi.
I know somebody will ask, so to do, okay, we have already that information. Fungu la 10 la geuka kiini cha mizozo makanisani. Tumezungumzia habari hiyo katika ukurasa wa mbele wa Daily Nation. But now the minister on the front page of Taifa Leo this morning talks about uasi ambao unaandama familia ya Odinga. Na wapo watu 4 hapa katika ukurasa wa mbele wa gazeti hili. Ruto Odinga, Edwin Sifuna, John Mbadi na vile Oburu Oginga. Ya kwamba katika matamshi yaliyoonekana kuwalenga baadhi ya watu wa familia ya Odinga wiki jana, Waziri Mbadi alidai kwamba kuna watu wanaohisi kuwa na haki ya kuamrisha wengine eti kwa sababu wanahusishwa na mwanzilishi wa chama. Mbadi alisema ODM si mali ya jamii wala familia moja. Wanasema kwamba mbali na kinara wa ODM Oburu kupuuzwa, Ruto Odinga ameanza kurushiwa makombora ya kisiasa.
I listened to that clip by CS Mbadi. Kajiuliza kama Raila angekuwa still around. Huyu jamaa angeweza ku raise his voice to that level. Alisema watu waache kujifanya just because you're a sister to the party leader ati sasa unaanza kutuamrisha hapa na pale. Alikuwa amekasirika sana. Na unajua when you talk about ukizungumzia kuhusu sister ni mmoja tu anajulikana. Let's listen, usiseme tumemsingizia. Hivi ndio Waziri Mbadi alisema.
Belong to a family. You know, we have a party where someone, because she's sister of a party leader, she thinks she can also order us around. You cannot. We have supported this party. I know Baba has been a very solid leader. We must now manage the transition. Baba is no more. This is post-Raila era. We must be candid, we must be forthright, and we must chart our way forward. You cannot keep us back. Baba said this. Baba did not say this. Where is that Baba now to give us the evidence whether he said or he did not say?
Where? Where is that Baba? Where is that Baba now?
It's his agitation for me.
Do you think he crossed the line?
He did. He did. That's not even a question of whether you think or not. He did. Evidence kwa kalatas.
But you know now he's an expert. He's no longer just a mere member of parliament or a chairman of the party. He's a CS. And I'm sure with that comes some level of power. He may feel that he has the authority or the gravitas to speak that way to party members. Don't you think?
No, that's out of order.
Umekata.
Let's stay guided. Let's be guided. That's Taifa Leo.
Right. Kutoka kwa gazeti la Taifa Leo tuangazie gazeti la The Star. Unfortunately, we do not have a physical copy, and today, being a Tuesday, The Star is not for sale. They focused on a story about growth of some sectors. So they say, the main headline says, Untold Story of Housing, Fisheries and Coffee Boom. The country's economy expanded by 4.6% last year, according to this paper. So they say coffee production went up from 49,500 to 51,400. I don't know if those are tons or what. Maize went up 45.8 million bags. Demand for LPG went up. Cat flour exports went up. Tourism, over 2 million visitors, went up 5%. Rice, the tons. Now, I don't know if it's tonnage for importing or tonnage for production. Fisheries went up 12.3%. Construction went up due to affordable housing, 6.8%. Now, this is according to The Star. Yeah, front page. I don't know kama mnakubaliana na haya, lakini of course it must be based on some data somewhere. The story is on pages 4 and 5. Unfortunately, we do not have a physical copy today. And kwenda kuangalia wanasema based on what data. Other highlights on the front page: fears of bribery in 2027 election as campaign funding rules stall. Hiyo maneno ya campaign funding, I don't know kama tutawaifikia hapo, because the ideal, kuna ile restriction. If you're running for president, you should not spend this much or beyond this much. If you're running for governor, you cannot spend beyond this much. And we are supposed to know hiyo pesa imetoka wapi. Lakini Kenya kweli, kuna mtu anajua pesa ya campaign utoka wapi? Wale urusha pesa hata kutoka juu kwa helikopta, wanasema pesa imetoka wapi? Anyway, mimi nasikia tu kuna watu wako na Pesa mpaka wamenafungia kwa containers. Wamejaza container na container ya cash.
Yes.
Kenyan money.
Wengine wako nazo kwa nyumba zao.
Tutajionea mambo kweli. Minor wins as court overturns dismissal and awards him 600,000 shillings after accident. That's to a minor. That's interesting. Na pale juu football star Shem Lumumba, aka Coach OT. It's a special feature. He didn't let an injury cut short his dream, living it through others. And this paper, being a Tuesday, comes with a complimentary pull-out of MyGov for government tenders and job opportunities. So grab yourself a copy of The Star, which is not for sale today.
Fresh, independent, different.
Yes, that one.
All right, let's take a look at The Standard now. Miwani land suckers. Hawa wanaongea story nyingine very different. They call it a secret battle that a purported Mumbai-based businessman Nagendra Saxena, a ghost figure without a trace and who immigration says has never stepped into Kenya, occasioned a secretive Christmas Eve auction of Miwani sugar. Now, there's a push from powerful state figures to hand over 9,394 acres of communal Miwani land to Crossley Holdings, a private company. Now, Suba MP Karoli Omondi says, upon being questioned by Parliament, company directors claimed they could not remember to whom they paid 752 million shillings to acquire the land. Now, investigations done by this newspaper has uncovered internal letters, missing court files, forged documents and anti-corruption findings pointing to an attempt to privatize public land. And that letter has also been attached here on the front page of the Standard this morning. The ghost of Nagendra Saxena is also here. Anaulizwa ni nani huyu? Kuna watu hapa juu. You can take a look at that photo there on the front page of the Standard this morning. This story has been captured on page 4 and 5. Wanasema how Miwani Sugar's vast land became the target of a billion-shilling shadow battle.
Hawa ni members wa cabinet wako hapo juu?
Yes.
So they link in the cabinet to that saga.
Ndio maana nimewatuma hapo. Mwende mjione iseme.
Bold paper.
Yes, bold paper iko hapo juu. Haya. Tuangalie ndani. Page 2, they talk about 250 deals on the table as France expands Africa investments push. The Africa Forward Summit has positioned Kenya at the center of France-Africa strategy. Hundreds of business and government meetings target new partnerships in trade, energy, technology, and infrastructure. So we expect to see more today at that summit. Inaanza officially leo. Jana ilikuwa tu mbwembwe, rais wa Macron kuonyeshwa Nairobi and all that. But today now we are going to see more, conversations and hear more. Kama tutapata other MOUs maybe. Lakini 11 tayari ziko
zishasainiwa.
Zishasainiwa.
Ni
mingi.
Ni nyingi.
Yeah. Page 6, Kioni rattles opposition leaders with Uhuru and Gachagua warning. That's another story on page 6. IEBC ready for by-elections, warns against electoral malpractices. This is ahead of Muradi Kir by-election on Thursday, the 14th of May. Ruto signs sweeping economic reform laws. That's another story captured on page 7. They say Income Tax Act seeks to rationalize the administration of capital gains tax, and Special Economic Zones Act seeks to enhance Kenya's competitiveness. Tukiangalia back page of the Standard, wacha nianze na tumepewa the whole back page. Arsenal glimpse title glory as
Sisi kama Arsenal.
Sisi kama Arsenal as VAR earthquake rocks Premier League. That Gunners are within touching distance of EPL title after 22 years wait. Arsenal will be crowned champions if they win their last 2 matches. Yes. So remaining fixtures. May 18, Burnley at 10 p.m. and May 24th, Crystal Palace 6 p.m. Tutakuwa na kuna Arsenal na kuna pia Manchester City. Ile ya 30th May ulisema nini?
Hiyo ni Champions League final. Ile iko Pushkash Arena.
Yes.
Budapest, Hungary.
Timu kubwa.
Right.
That's the standard.
Finally, bado kuna Business Daily, but kuna People Daily hapa haraka haraka, masuala ya siasa. Ruto's CSs torn between loyalty and political survival. They've put 8 of them there on the front page: Alice Wahome, Aden Duale, Kipchumba Murkomen, Hassan Joho, Wycliffe Oparanya, William Kabogo, John Mbadi and Opiyo Wandayi. Na umesikia vile John Mbadi ameongea. So they say as the 2027 succession battle gathers momentum, politically connected CSs are battling growing regional rebellion. Ndio maana wanakasirika sana. Succession rivalries, performance pressure and fears of fading into oblivion. Actually, these CSs look more concerned about their own survival than anything else.
Yes.
Wanashangaa because, okay, fine. One, whether or not President William Ruto comes back, are they guaranteed that they will still be appointed to the cabinet?
Yeah.
Hiyo ni shida. It's no guarantee.
So they're trying to be as loyal as they can.
Sasa sijui nirudi kwa siasa, elective, what do I do exactly? That's what People Daily. Because of time, hatutakaa hapo sana. That's what People Daily.
All right. Business Daily, KRA seeks identity of crypto traders in tax cheats pursuit. That's at show you on page 2. Africa France Summit has also been given prominence on the front page. It's here on page 12 to 13 as well. State eyes AI traffic lights with 1.8 billion shillings. And Iran war on the ticker. 3 billion shillings hole, dim pay slips tax cut. That's what we're talking about. Kwa nini watu amtapunguziwa tax cuts. And apartment prices fall as supply surges, and that's the Business Daily.
All right, let's take a look at the regional ones, and we start off with Tanzania today. I'll tell you why. The Citizen in Tanzania talks about government's 11 priorities in 1.8 trillion shilling health budget. So people are now talking more and more about the budget. Remember, the budget process in not just both Tanzania and Kenya, even Uganda, inakuanga same time, around the same period. So usually even the presentation in parliament is on the same date. So the Citizen focuses on that. Mwananchi pia habari ni sasa kwa Mwananchi wamerudia ile ripoti ya Jaji Chande. Jaji Warioba, TLS wataja dawa ya kuliponya taifa. Ni ile ripoti ya Jaji Chande kutokana na matukio yaliyotokea baada ya uchaguzi wa mwaka jana. Tukienda Uganda, today is Museveni Day. Finally, after the elections in February, he's set to be sworn in as president today. And retired President Uhuru Kenyatta is actually in Uganda attending that event. So the new vision looks at the tasks ahead for President Museveni, 2026 to 2031. How oil and gas developed, succession planning, youth unemployment, managing debt, fighting corruption, infrastructure, poverty reduction, national unity. That's a new vision, just looking ahead. I remember he's been president for 40 years, since 1986, and now he is in his 7th term. And on the front page of the Daily Monitor, they say 40 and counting inside the presidential oath-taking, and family of 3 generations have been born under Museveni government. Yeah. Since 1986 till now, 3 different generations. Kuna watu wamezaliwa, wakapata watoto, na watoto wao wakapata watoto.
They don't know anyone else.
Hawajaisikia, wanasomanga wengine kwa gazeti. Yeah. So 7th term for President Museveni, swearing in happening today in Kampala. Those are the regional papers. Let's come back and take a look at the caricature.